Hey everybody, it's Craig. Welcome back to my channel. And this is the final installment of our series on avoiding scam coaching. Now you'll notice in the past videos, we've exposed some red flags, some common scam tactics, how to research legitimate coaches. And today we're flipping the script. I'm going to show you 5 powerful evidence-based coaching techniques that you can start using today without spending a dime. So if you're tired of overpriced coaching programs that promise the world and deliver you absolutely nothing, keep watching. All right. The truth is, great coaching isn't about someone telling you what to do. It's about asking the right questions. And guess what? You can do that for yourself. You probably remember the 5 W's from school when you were growing up. And those 5 W's are who, what, when, where, and why. And if you want to include an H in addition to those 5 W's, it would be how. You can apply these to your biggest challenges. For example, if you struggle with procrastination, ask, when do I usually procrastinate? Where am I when I do it? Why do I put things off? And this isn't just guessing, it's a structured way to uncover some of the real barriers and obstacles that are holding you back from your greatest purpose. Use a journal or even a voice memo to ask and answer these questions when you're just doing something or when you're have some free time and standing idly by. Use a journal, use a voice memo, and record these questions. It's like being your own life strategist without the $500 fee. The second tip is solution-focused cognitive behavioral methods. I know this sounds like a mouthful, but stick with me. It's actually simple and very powerful. SFCB helps you stop overanalyzing problems and start focusing on solutions. And here's how it works. It's a really, really simple formula that you can use for yourself whenever you think about how to motivate yourself and whenever you're thinking about wanting to step up and do some of those more things that have been challenging for you. Define your ideal outcome. And the question you want to ask there is, what do you actually want? The second thing is you want to set a specific goal. And in setting that specific goal, you want to make it measurable and time bound. The third thing you want to do is identify your resources. What do you already have that can help? And the fourth thing you want to do is build confidence. Acknowledge past wins, no matter how small they might be. Next, you want to create an action plan within SCFB and break big goals into smaller, bite-sized chunks or steps. And then you want to monitor, evaluate, and adjust. Self-coaching is a loop. It's not a straight line. So the thing you might learn now, 4 or 5 years from now, it won't be the same strategy that you need as an obstacle as something to coach yourself. The key here is progress tracking. And remember, as we always say on this channel, it's about progress and not perfection. There's no need for an expensive accountability coach. You can track your progress weekly and adjust whenever needed. You can use all types of tools online. You can use spreadsheets. You can use documents that will help you keep track of these things. Most people fail because they set goals but don't check in on them. So do yourself a favor and be your own check-in system. Here's a third tip. Rewrite your story. And this comes from the vein of narrative coaching. You know that little voice in your head that says, I'm not good enough, I always fail, people don't like me, nobody has ever thought I'm gonna be anything? Well, that voice is a liar. Narrative coaching helps you rewrite the story you tell yourself by focusing on your strengths, your values, and your future self. So try this. Write down your biggest limiting belief. For example, I'm terrible at networking. Now, you want to challenge that limited belief with evidence to the contrary. For example, the thing you want to put in your head after that is, if you say I'm terrible at networking, say, actually, I had a great conversation with someone last week. And finally, you want to rewrite the story. I'm learning how to network and I get better each time that I try. The stories we tell ourselves shape our reality. So start telling a better story to yourself. Tip 4, celebrate small wins. And by celebrating small wins, we're going to use what's called the building block method. One of the biggest mistakes people make is setting huge goals but failing to track small wins. Big goals do feel overwhelming sometimes. And that's why you need to break them into smaller, bite-sized wins. And we've got another rule here. We got another sort of small, helpful tidbit that you can just kind of throw in your back pocket. And this is called the 3D rule. The first D is to decide on a small, manageable action. The second D is to determine follow through, no excuses. And the third D is to deliver on that promise to yourself. Let's review those 3 Ds once again. Decide on a small, manageable action. This might be one daily habit that you want to start or try that you've never done before, but you just want to do one thing maybe for 2 or 3 days just to see if you can follow that habit. The second thing is you want to determine to follow through. This comes from a made-up mind that you are going to do this thing and you're going to improve yourself. And then you want to deliver on that promise to yourself, because the promises you make to yourself are the most important ones. Even tiny wins begin to build momentum. Don't underestimate the power of checking off your list. It creates a success loop that keeps you going. And the fifth tip is to ditch the comparison game. If you compare yourself to others constantly, you will always feel left behind. And all of us know that axiom that says comparison is the thief of joy. Well, that's true. The reality, social media is a highlight reel. You're only comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's filtered success story. Instead of comparing, you can use that time and energy and space to track your own progress. Where were you 6 months ago? What skills have you developed? How have your habits improved? Life is not a competition. It's a journey of personal growth. So the very best thing you can do is stay in your lane. And I'll add another thing here is to run your own race. We were talking with a friend just yesterday, and she reminded us that sometimes you can think that you are running against someone else, and that person's not even running your race. She was running a 10K, and there were people on the same track who were running a 5K. And as she was running her race, it was a down to the distance marker and back again to the finish line. Well, as she was going down to the distance marker, she just kept seeing all these people passing her. And she said to herself, man, was it that many people in front of me on this 10K that I'm running? But it comes to find out, they had a different turnaround spot and they were running a completely different race. She was running a 10K, they were running a 5K. So it's important to understand what your race is, and it's important to run your own race. That's it for our series on avoiding scam coaching. I hope that you have found this helpful. I hope that you will use these 5 powerful tools to harness the power of coaching for yourself. You don't need to spend a lot of money. You don't need to exhaust a lot of resources, and you don't even need to exhaust a lot of time. Take your time, take a deep breath, think about what it is that you want out of life, and you can harness the power of coaching for yourself. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you think this video will be helpful, and if you found it helpful to yourself, please make sure that you share it with others. Please drop a comment down below. Thank everybody for watching, and thank everybody for subscribing. And as we always say on this channel, live royally and live well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next time.